Everybody, this is Dawson. I'm back with another movie review for you today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 17th MCU movie, Thor Ragnarok, released in 2017, directed by Taika Waititi, and the film stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Cate Blanchett, and Mark Ruffalo. And the basic plot of Thor Ragnarok, reading it off of the IMDb website, is as follows. Imprisoned on the planet Sakaar, probably butchered that name, Thor must race against time to return to Asgard and stop Ragnarok, the destruction of his world, at the hands of the powerful and ruthless villain Hela. And I'd like to also mention that while Thor is imprisoned on this planet run by the Grand Master, played by Jeff Goldblum, he basically has to fend off against the Hulk, square off against the Hulk, played by Mark Ruffalo. And that's basically what you've got going on in Thor Ragnarok. Well, Thor Ragnarok, this is a brilliant improvement over the previous Thor movie, Thor the Dark World. Oops, sorry. And I think it's also worth noting that Thor Ragnarok is finally the movie where we finally got a director that knows how to do a Thor movie. Taika Waititi directed this movie, and Taika Waititi is the best director for this movie. When Alan Taylor directed Thor the Dark World, I did not like that movie. I thought Thor the Dark World was a disappointment. I just thought the villain Malekith in that movie didn't really have a backstory, didn't really have a motive for his plot or his villainous role. And then the whole thing with Jane and Thor's relationship in the film, which explains, which they do explain it in this movie, and we'll get into that in a second. But Thor the Dark World was just a mess of a Thor movie. Chris Hemsworth, it's not Chris Hemsworth's fault that the movie didn't do very well. But just the direction of the film was not good, and the action scenes in the movie didn't do well for me. But here in Thor Ragnarok, Taika Waititi really knows how to direct a Thor movie and really knows how to direct an MCU movie. And Thor Ragnarok is a very good movie. This is a very good movie. I like, first of all, Taika Waititi's direction of the film is spot on. Taika Waititi he's basically a comedy director, so that's probably why they amp up the comedy in this movie. Because Taika Waititi, if you've seen his movies, he's known for doing comedies, and which explains why some of his comedy runs off on this movie, because there's some funny scenes in this movie, scenes that made me laugh out loud a little bit. And I especially laughed out loud in the theater when I saw this movie in theaters back in 2017. But Thor Ragnarok, this is a fantastic movie. You've got a great cast in the form of Chris Hemsworth as Thor. He's great as Thor. He has a lot of stuff going for him in this movie. He gets his hair cut off. He gets Mjolnir destroyed by Hela. He wears a different outfit, and he even loses an eye at the very end of this movie. So, you feel bad for Thor in this movie because of all the stuff he goes through, and he loses his father too. Yeah. Tom Hiddleston as Loki is he's pretty good. Even though they trick you at the end of Thor: The Dark World, because you think Loki's dead, but then in the post-credit scene at the end of Thor: The Dark World, when Thor's talking to Odin and he leaves, it's revealed that Loki's still alive. And so I like how they play. I like how they set that up in this movie, where Thor basically comes back from being in prison for 4 years, and they're doing a play from the ending of Thor: The Dark World where Loki gets killed, and it's Matt Damon and Chris Hemsworth's brother playing Thor and Loki, and they're reenacting they're basically doing a play of that, which is pretty funny. And then when it's revealed that Loki's alive, when you find out that Loki's alive, that kind of breaks the spell. And welcome in, by the way. And yes, I'm going to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder when we get to that. So, yeah, just stay tuned for that. But, yeah, Tom Hiddleston's great as always as Loki. Kate Blanchett as Hela. That's the villain of this movie. That's that's Thor's sister, who we never heard about until today, or this movie. So, yeah. Yeah, she's basically the goddess of death. She's the villain of this movie. Kate Blanchett, I've always liked her. I think Kate Blanchett's a great actress. Yeah. Oh, you hated this movie. Oh. Wow, you said you loved this movie, but then they ruined the franchise and now you hate it. Wow. Okay. I'll talk more about that when I get to Thor: Love and Thunder, so don't worry. But Kate Blanchett's good in this movie as the villain Hela. You also have, I have to mention him, Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. He's pretty funny in this movie. Jeff Goldblum, I like Jeff Goldblum a lot. I think Jeff Goldblum's a funny actor, and he's pretty funny in this movie, so I like him. Idris Elba as Heimdall, he's pretty good, as always. And he kicks a lot of ass throughout the entire movie, according to Wikipedia. You've got Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. She's pretty good. She's basically a tough, hard-drinking Asgardian slave trader. That's what Wikipedia is calling her character. And she's good. I think Chris Hemsworth and her have really good chemistry in this movie. And then I think her and what's his name? Tom Hiddleston. Sorry. I think her and Tom Hiddleston have great chemistry together when they're in the scenes that they have. And she basically becomes a love interest for Thor because he recently got dumped by Jane Foster from the previous movie. So a lot has happened in 4 years since we last saw Thor. So he's been through a lot. Carl Urban, the one and only Carl Urban as Scourge. He's good. He basically helps out Hela. He becomes one of Hela's henchmen, but then when Thor comes back, he comes back and he's friendly. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. He's good. Bruce Banner. And we see a lot of him in this movie. So yeah, I like him. Where was I going? Anthony Hopkins as Odin. This is Anthony Hopkins' final appearance in this movie as Odin, because he, spoiler alert, dies. So, anyway. I forgot to mention, Taika Waititi. He directed the film. He also stars in the film. He plays Korg, the Korean gladiator who befriends Thor. Yes, he's played by Taika Waititi, or Taika Waititi voices him. Stan Lee makes a cameo appearance in this movie as the guy that's cutting Thor's hair, so that's pretty funny. You have Scarlett Johansson makes a cameo appearance in this movie as Natasha Romanoff. I don't know why I'm blanking. I've literally watched 17 of these movies. I should know that by now. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. This is a great movie. Great action scenes. I love the action scene with the Hulk when Thor's fighting him on the planet. I really like him, or that action scene. So, Taika Waititi's direction of the film is great, way better than Alan Taylor's direction. So Thor Ragnarok, this is a pretty great movie. I have to say, I really love Thor Ragnarok. And so on a scale of 1 to 4 stars, I'm going to give Thor Ragnarok a 4 out of 4 stars. 4 out of 4 stars for Thor Ragnarok. I like it a lot. Way better than Thor The Dark World. And that's it, folks. That's my review of Thor Ragnarok. So, tomorrow, I am blanking today. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's it for my review of Thor Ragnarok. I am blanking so much today. I'm so sorry. That's my review of Thor Ragnarok. So next time on MCU Movie Review, I will be about to talk about the 18th MCU movie, Black Panther. So this is Dawson. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And I'll see y'all later.